Hey there, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Rogue. We're just finishing up. We actually beat the game before, a couple episodes ago, and now we're just kind of back in the Animus, getting done with whatever's left here. That would be pretty much almost 100%ing the game. Maybe 100%ing the game, but we don't know. We don't know. Yeah, so let's continue on finding stuff, doing stuff, getting what we can, renovating buildings, whatever it is we gotta do to finish up this game. So please do sit back, enjoy if you want to enjoy, or don't enjoy, whatever you want. Get him. Yeah. Alright, anyways, continuing on. The first task we can get to is to do these little supply camps around the area. They hold the goods for us. So, we can go in, kill all the guards, and steal their stuff, and get out. We do a bunch of these. I only am going to show a couple of them, I think. This one, because we decimate our enemies with the cloud of CS gas. Ow. You see that guy keeping his pimp hand strong? This guy's just annoyed by the fire. Now he's in it. Just gonna stand there. Get away! Grenade! Oh my gosh. Did you see that on the screen? What was that? Maybe it was a tree, or maybe somebody flying away. Alright, let's see what we got. Nice little haul. On the next one, we almost get noticed right away, but I think with the Berserker darts we can target the strongest enemies. I think I missed him. The dog doesn't see us for some reason. That guy's too far away, but there's a big guy. And there's another one. Let's try and get him. Gotcha. Hopefully they don't kill each other, they just kill everybody else. You can hear the whispering. That means there's a assassin spy or whatever around. We can take care of that if we find him. I don't really have a need to. Are you kidding me? Oh, you know what? They've kind of dispersed from the area. Looks like the infiltrator or spy or whatever they called. That's behind us. We can get our loot. Get out of here. Nice. Alright. Now, we're going to head over to this little DS marker, which is Fort de Sable. It's a fictional fort. Can't find this in real life, not to my knowledge. We can travel there and see what kind of stuff we get. I've chosen to change outfits. This is, I think, the assassin killer outfit. Pretty cool. He's got like a face mask and everything. There's 3 chests and 1 viewpoint. And there's our lovely ship. And a nice little boat to take us back. So, at least we have all that stuff going for us. Don't trip up the stairs, Shay. Why would the assassins... Well, I guess it's a gang. Again, it's just the gangs. But why would the assassins... Oh, well, that didn't work out for us. Usually jumping down large holes like that works out for us. Anyways, why is it that the assassins control a fort named Fort de Sable, whatever, however you pronounce it, and they didn't change the name? It's odd to me. But of course, without the leadership of the assassins, perhaps the gangs just run wild. They're a little too organized to be gang, you know, like, they all have uniforms and stuff like that. They're not a gang. Oh my gosh, Shay, get up. Get up there, man. This is real stuff here. You gotta okay. That guy's coming to investigate real slow. He doesn't want to slip. Get down! Oh, they heard the gunshot. Sweet, we got a chest. This is a pretty cool little place, though. Alright, you guys should have been paying attention. Oh gosh, what? You still going down there? Well, okay. Maybe I blended in very good. Very well. I blended very well.
I'll make short work of you.
What was that? About short work of what? Oh my gosh. This place is huge. And who decided to name it Fort de Sable anyways? It would have had to have been a Templar. In my opinion. Would have had to have been. No assassin's gonna name it that. Fill up our ammo. Not that it's, you know, it's already full, so I guess whatever. Upsy daisy. Alright. Alright, look at that. We're at a viewpoint. What is that little icon on the map there? Some sort of armor. I'll have to get that later. Oh my gosh. I almost rolled right off of that. Where's the guardrails, am I right? All I was asking for was one railing, right here. Nailed it. Alright. Here we go. What do we got here? Oh, alright. Hold on. Okay, so this is where we use the Templar crosses, which I don't have all of those, as you could clearly tell. So we'll actually have to come back here, use them bad boys when we get them. I don't know how many we have left. I think all we really have left is, I think New York, to continue and explore. I saved it until last. It's kind of the biggest area we got.
We need to have words.
Okay, come and have words. You pulled your sword, dude. You said words. Don't jump, Shay. They're frozen on the stairs. I tried, but you pulled your sword right away. And they're throwing grenades. I do kind of think, like, okay, so if you get pulled over on Grand Theft Auto, I think it's Grand Theft Auto, maybe. The cops will pull you over, and they'll give you, like, a ticket or something. But these guys, they don't, you know, they don't do that. Sure, 90% of the time it's going to end with you running away, or you in a fight, or this or that. But don't say, stop, we need to have words. and then immediately go to the action of trying to murder me. Alright, so we... Commander pack rewards. We gotta collect all the rewards. I think we can speed it up. But you guys kind of got a bird's eye view of this place, so we'll speed her up. Heck, we should have started with the lighthouse. Alright, now, since the only thing left is the armor, we can head to the nearest boat, get back to our ship, and head on out. Alright, we are back in New York. We're gonna free up one of the districts. And in doing so, we can see all the stuff around and buildings and whatnot, I mean on the map. And then we can navigate a little bit better. Next we can renovate or, well, just make it work. Renovate a windmill. I'm going to assume it's for grain. Then after that, we can go and renovate and collect all this other stuff in the King's Farm district. And then we'll move on to the next district and the next district. And then I think that's about all we got. So, I'm going to start skipping around like we have been doing. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. And hopefully we can get all the Templar crosses and stuff like that to open up that armor. Hopefully it's really cool. And we can't forget about the one on the ship too. So we got that armor, and we gotta get the armor we just saw. So, all right, let's do this.
You want to help us rebuild this fine city?
Yes, yes I do. We can pick up a death of the executioner, but we missed Dead End, 1746, Master Harrison. I do not know what your sources are, but after conducting a thorough search of Lisbon and the surrounding area, I have found no trace of a precursor site. I believe that your intelligence has failed you. If there is nothing else, I must return to my duties, as the nations around us continue to bicker. Trade has increased. There are other more pressing matters to attend to. Don't know why he would put those, the nations bickering and the trade, whatever. I am sorry that I could not serve you in this matter. May the Father of Understanding guide you, Duarte George Carrilla Pinto Santa Maria de Bellem. And Death of the Executioner, 1744. Mentor, this one's to the assassins. I have followed John de la Tour to his homeland in the north. The weather does not agree with me, as I am too used to the climate of the West Indies, but I will not let this arrogant man know how much I suffer. We arrived in Quebec to find Matthew Levely, a slave from Dinque, I'm saying all these names wrong, who was purchased by the French government to serve as executioner. He was said to possess certain knowledge of the first civilization, but we were too late. The cold weather took its toll on the poor man, and he died from an illness last September. But all was not lost. To cure Laville's depression, the government procured him a wife from the West Indies. As the marriage could no longer take place, she was put up for sale. John de la Tour, acting on instinct, bought her. He was right. Oh, and he was right. Though she was scarcely allowed to be in her intended's presence due to the fear of infection, the executioner gave her his most trusted secrets. She promised to keep them safe. I asked for her name. She told me that she had just been baptized Angelique Denise, and before that she had another name given to her by another master. I told her that she no longer had a master. Her freedom would begin by choosing a name herself. She laughed. She has the most delightful laugh. Then she told me that her name was Abigail. I have changed my mind about John de la Tour, your disciple Achilles, Quebec. Oh, so that was Achilles talking to his master. Okay, this is the last sword, I believe, that we have to collect.
Fortune's favor.
Yeah, Fortune's favor. Holy cow. Okay, so we gotta go to the North Atlantic, all the way down the corner, and we can find the Viking grave. Alright, let's continue on. Maybe we'll go there, maybe not, just right now. Don't you try to get away. We arrive in the North Atlantic to find a most glorious sight. The penguins have arrived in force. Oh gosh, I missed. Hello, my pretties. I am here to do business with the birds that appear to be in tuxedos. The birds that do not fly, but swim. Are penguins considered birds? I think that they are, like chickens. Chickens don't really fly either. Go, be free. Be free, my penguins. Jump, be free, go. Alright, cool, here we are at the grave site. Let's desecrate somebody's grave and get whatever it is that we were supposed to get. I feel like by collecting the shards of the sword, we could skip this part and just, you know, make the sword. But apparently not. Apparently I held a story about a Viking that traveled to Canada and was just put here. I gotta tell you, I don't like it. I mean, it's cool. Cool little armor or whatever, but yeah, I don't like it. Oh, thank you. So yeah, after immediately changing back into our Templar outfit, we can head on back to New York. Look, it's not that I don't like the outfit, I just feel like it does not fit at all. After getting back to New York, we see that we have another voice in the gray message.
You will find me within the cracks of these simulations.
Yeah, I think we've found you already. Once we're done collecting everything in the King's Farm district, we can set our sights on the East Village district of New York. And I think our first stop should be taking down this gang headquarters Once we deal with the gang in the district, we can open up the map a little bit by syncing with this viewpoint. Of course, we can renovate some buildings while we're around. I wish that it would actually renovate them. So just quickly here, I'm a little confused maybe, but the Templars outside of the Animus wanted to know why Shay turned on the assassins, because it could make other assassins turn, and I'm sure they wanted the precursor sites and all that other stuff, but they were like, I'm happy with these results and we're gonna have more people joining us and blah 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 blah, because there's always a reason for people to turn against the assassins and, you know, whatever. But in my opinion, it was just a lack of communication why he turned. Snyder is a New York pamphleteer that has been troublesome for quite some time now. She has been stalking the HQs of our allies and eavesdropping on conversations. This person needs to be silenced. And we're not going to let that happen, are we? Oh, Kelly Snyder is the name up there. But we're not going to let that happen, are we, Shay? While we're running through the cornfield, we get a database entry of a voice in the gray, 19.
Avail yourself of my ageless knowledge.
Short and sweet, like always, Juno. Thank you. And that was Juno, everybody. And back to Shay in the Animus. After a little bit of chaos, we collected a letter. We can read it now. The Siege of Louisburg, 1745. Mentor. I am sorry to hear of your failing health. I only hope this letter reaches you in time. We arrived at Louisburg in search of a safe house belonging to Nicholas Court, distantly related to Antoine Court, the religious leader of the Huguenots. Nicholas is a hermeticist studying the mythology of the indigenous peoples of the New World. De la Tour believed that he had information leading to precursor sites. Abigail and I traveled with him, posing as his slaves. The subterfuge made my blood boil, but it made De la Tour appear phenomenally wealthy, which opened up many doors that would otherwise have needed to be forced open by more violent means. Abigail soothed my temper, and we spoke often about the strange journeys our lives had taken up until that point. Is Abigail Achilles' wife? We are running out of time. The wars in Europe have spilled over into the New World, and English troops descended on Louisburg. John and I attempted to reach out to the French government, but they chose not to augment Louisburg's defense, as they realized they could reclaim their losses in treaty negotiations. Efficiency measured in human lives. John and I did what we could to prepare, while Abigail searched the city for the safe house. Finally, time ran out. John presented me with his assassin robes. He said that the Templars would surely be on their way if they were not already in the New World, and that the time to establish a brotherhood was now. He shook my hand, called me mentor, and then left the fortress to attack the invading British troops alone, to buy me time to complete our mission. Abigail found the safe house. It was empty, as though Nicholas Court knew we were coming. The only thing left was a note saying, "Seek out the Sky Woman." I must leave Acadia. The Sky Woman is a myth of the Iroquois, and so Abigail and I will flee to New York, and I will at last begin to build my brotherhood. I hope your remaining days are comfortable and free of pain, Atabai. Thank you for everything you have given me. I will never forget you. Your disciple, Achilles. In Louisburg. We can finish up in this district by renovations of, well, this building I believe is the only one, and of course collecting the rest of what we have before moving on to the very last district of New York. While making our way through the last district of New York, we come upon St. George's Chapel. St. George's Chapel was built in 1752 by Trinity Church. The exterior was designed by Charles Otto Belch, and the interior by Leopold Editz. Belch is the sound that escapes my mouth after reading through a lot of database entries. The Abstergo historian is unforgivably boring. Signed V. Okay. And see, my question a long time ago about why she's telling us this, now we understand. It's just some historian that does those, like, for fun or something. Anyways, we can take down the gang headquarters to relieve this place of its shackles. And in capturing that headquarters, we secure all headquarters in the game, and these little icons pop up. Turns out they're blueprints, perhaps for our ship. That's super loud. Let's go and see what one looks like. Before we get to our blueprint, we can sync with the viewpoints around the area to get a better look at this district of New York. Next, we can renovate some buildings. We'll get to those blueprints in time. Yeah, that's definitely not renovated. It looks like crap. Then we can catch ourselves a pigeon. Contrary to our expectations, this newly promoted overseer works against the Brotherhood's interest. Take care of him in public. That should shock the population and bring them back in line. Scott Lawson. It said overseer. I'm assuming that he owns slaves.
I forgot
Again,
not. Otherwise I'd join in. I kid you not.
I don't know who that was. But again, I don't think that this would be a thing that the assassins do. Work with overseers and stuff. I think that they would upset a lot of people in their organization and they would lose. It just doesn't make sense. This does not work. Does not work for the game. It's almost like they just wanted this to be part of the game and they threw it in there and they thought, oh, you know, people just won't read those. It's like the whole last couple of games was like, you know, about this kind of stuff. And then they're like, oh, the assassins are working with slavers and overseers and things like that. No, because you'd have lost Ottawale immediately. And him being such a big figure, and I'm sure that Achilles didn't like it, because in the last letter that we read during this episode, he said it made his blood boil to pretend to be a slave and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't agree with all that stuff. Alright, let's kill these guys, get this over with, and pretend that this never happened, because it would upset the game. It just does. It doesn't work. And in this district, we find our last Templar cross. It says, congratulations, you can now go to Fort de Sable and unlock the tomb there for a reward. Before we do that, we probably should complete whatever we're doing here, but we'll see what happens. Next, we find a letter titled The Scientist. However, we got another one called the Mediterranean Defense from doing our naval missions from our fleet. This one's dated 1746. Dear Senor Uloa, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I understand that you are a man of science who became a prisoner of His Majesty while returning to Spain from Ecuador. What an uncomfortable coincidence that you were captured on your long journey. Allow me to apologize on behalf of my country for holding you prisoner. While I'm a simple man of real estate and finance, I do so appreciate the bold leaps men like you make on behalf of civilized men everywhere. I represent an order that is keenly interested in scientific advancement. It is present in every nation of the world, and I suspect that you may already have met its members, though they never revealed their allegiance. I would like to use my influence to introduce you to the Royal Academy in London. There are certain antiquities scattered throughout the globe that I wish to locate and acquire, and I believe you will be able to help me. Yours in friendship, Reginald Birch, London. Okay, as I said, we had another one. That is the Mediterranean Defense, 1748, Senor Achilles. Although we have begun preliminary designs for a ship for your new assassin fleet, we will be unable to construct her here in Spain. We are concerned over a growing British presence in the area. While on the surface, it appears to be its rampant imperialism at play. That seems to be wrong. Something with that's wrong. We suspect its ultimate cause is the Templar Order. It seems their Grand Master is becoming increasingly obsessed with the legends of the precursor race. We choose to focus on more worldly affairs, and in accordance with that, we are working to appeal to the Spanish crown to prepare us for any conflicts that lay ahead. I have sent our designs to the Assassin Council in France. I believe they are your best hope for an ally at the present time. Respectfully, Jasper Velasquez, Cartagena, Spain. Or, yeah, I don't know. Probably butchered all those names. I always butcher the names.
Patrick, is that you? Patrick?
Next, we can pick up an Animus fragment, and we get a message. A database entry, that is. And with that, all the fragments are collected. We get the Prophecy of Juno. Let's hear it.
Your future begins with me. The fracture in Helix has gifted you my eternal presence. The machine-human interface blurs to gray, little by little, with every passing moment. Your world has suffered from a lack of consciousness. My consciousness. I am that which guides you, my soft tissue cipher. You are temporary and dispersed throughout the globe. You cultivate my network and help it grow ever more intricate. Individually, you make but an infinitesimal contribution to my greatness. Yet together, your teeming masses can return to your rightful roles as my instruments. You believe that human beings created human civilization. You have captured yourselves in the cage of your own doomed culture. So embedded are you in your assumptions that you do not see me. You cannot. I will help you see outside the rigid structure of your flesh-bound lives. You will help me see what remains of my ancient people. Together, we will move towards the infinite. When all are one within the gray, you will know the greater good. Our glory will live again, and we will flourish. Together. Return to me here when you can, Cypher. You will find me within the cracks of these simulations. Avail yourself of my ageless knowledge. Your future begins with me.
So basically the prophecy is that she's just going to come back. And through the Animus, through the internet, she'll probably take over somebody's body or something like that. And then she'll have to switch back and forth. She's probably better being an internet sensation. Alright, with that, we have a couple more things to do here in New York. One or two, I think. And then we can maybe unlock the armor. I don't know what we'll do next. We'll see. First, what we can do is this interception. Though through political manipulations and influence, Marla Caps has been undermining our war effort up and down the East Coast for far too long. We need to take more drastic actions to stop her. Let us bring balance back to our side. Alright, we're gonna stop her. Oh, wait, no, sorry. We're not gonna stop her. We're gonna save her life. That's my bad. Gonna head on over to the place we're supposed to be at. Okay, it's behind us. It's in this little spot here. Okay, cool, man.
I knew you'd take the bait, hero. Get him, brothers!
Oh, he did that closed fist thing. I was waiting for arrows to come flying down. Oh my gosh, there's actually a lot of these guys. Ow, dude, stop. You're gonna kill all your own people. Alright, let's speed this up. Alright. You're done. Dude, don't throw stuff at me. Ow. Okay, but after we're done with the riffraff, we can check this box, which I don't know why they brought. Oh, some clothing. Just a great reward. Are we... it looks like we're wearing it. It looks like Benjamin Franklin's clothes. Okay, now that we're in the light here. I mean, it's cool, I guess. I don't know how to feel about it. It's alright, you know? It's better than the Viking outfit. Alright. Now, we need to leave. We can head on back to Fort de Sable to get our reward for collecting all the crosses. And it's this cool Templar Knight armor. Kind of reminds me of the Oblivion armor. There was something about France on the back wall. Why would they have Templar armor? Does not make sense. Whatever. Maybe they were keeping it hidden because it's like a form of morale. Like it's a morale boost. Alright, next up we can do the Storm Fortress. This is a naval battle. A legendary naval battle. Oh, I feel like... Oh, hey, the Dacta sails.
There she is, Captain!
Okay.
The storm
At least we get allies.
Rumors do not embellish the truth. She's an avoid.
She's firing mortars, Captain!
We must get closer to the beast if we're to bring her down.
Okay, so I am fully upgraded here, not gonna lie. This took me like 5 tries just to get this ship down in health, and then something else happens, and I'll show you what that is in a second. So once we get the big boy, the Storm Fortress, down so far in health, the Argonaut
We shall do so again.
and the Scepter show up. You can't hear what those guys are saying anyway, so this really doesn't matter. But look at that, holy cow. Now that we are done killing the Storm Fortress, we need to take down the other 2 ships as well before we can win this battle. Lucky for us, they're not nearly as tough as the Storm Fortress. They will still kill us if we give them the chance. So let's not give them that chance. Alright, at this point it's pretty much neck and neck. We're getting close to dying. They're getting close to dying. I mean, yeah, see, look at that. I mean, we're both right there. This is the last second finish. Before I completely died, we took him down. It was a tough battle fought, and we're going home limping hard. But we did it. That was a tough one. I did not like how those two other ships showed up. He said they were enemies or whatever and they could just destroy each other, but I'm pretty sure they were all after me. We get 20 grand for our troubles. That's it. Which we don't need, by the way. Probably the richest man in the world right now.
Look, sir! There he goes!
Oh, there she goes. Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Alright, you remember those maps that we've been finding? Well, I only showed you like one of them. But, right around here, there's a treasure. Let's pull out the box. What the heck? Is it a tomb? Alright. Templar artifact. You have collected the first Templar artifact. Once you collect them all, you will receive a reward. So we're going to go ahead and collect all of those off screen. And I'll be back. So while we're wandering collecting treasures, we received a war letter due to our naval experiences. This one, 1751, called A Door of No Return. Grandmaster, we must cease slavery operations from Gori Island at once. We are too close to two major centers for the trade. St. Louis in Senegal and Gambia to the south. I realize the operation in Chichen Itza will be slow without manpower, but we risk discovery by our enemies if we continue. Already exaggerated reports of Gori's slave trade begins to circulate. Surely you can find slaves closer to the site. The French or Spanish colonies in the West Indies are surely more feasible. Alright, now we are all done collecting the treasures, and we can head to the ship here where we found the door. We can place all of our treasures that we found, and we get, I'm assuming, another suit of armor that doesn't actually increase our health. And there it is. And it looks like it came straight out of the game Oblivion. Of course, it's just some Crusader armor, but, you know, I mean, it's cool. It doesn't fit. I like my white Templar Master outfit better. I think there's only one other suit that I like better, but I never got it. Probably has to do with some challenge, so there's that. Alright, in doing some naval missions with our fleet, we unlock some more of these letters. The game is weird here, and we go on to the first one, the Hospitalier's Plea, but it doesn't read what the Hospitalier Plea is supposed to say, so give me just a second. Alright, now it's as it should be. The Hospitalier's Plea, 1747, Grandmaster Birch. Let me implore you, one Grandmaster to another, to lend me the aid of your agents or connections in government in my fight against the French and Ottoman empires and the assassins that pull their strings. Our rivalry with the Ottomans stretches back to the failed siege of the assassin sympathizer Suleiman. Now they no longer attack openly, but seek to incite revolts. among my Muslim slaves, and it is no great secret that the Assassin's Council in Paris is using its government and military to oppose your tremendous progress in Great Britain. Name your price, Master Birch, and I will pay it. May the Father of Understanding guide you, Manuel Pinto de Fonnesca, in Malta. Next, we have the Kingdom of Mysore. 1748 to William Johnson. The East India Company will soon face stiff resistance to its operations if the Kingdom of Mysore continues to rise in power. As you and your company have fresh experience in pursuing both economic and Templar business in occupied lands, any insight you could give to our people here could prove useful. The assassins in this part of the world are like ghosts. We know they are here, but we can never find them. They have woven themselves into the very mythology of this place. May the Father of Understanding guide you, John Harrison, Calcutta. Next, we have the Manila Galleons. 1742, Grand Master. I was unable to find any precursor sites in the Orient. However, I believe I may have picked up the trail of an artifact thought lost for centuries. The assassin known as Shao Jun possessed a type of precursor box rumored to contain a strange power. The box remained in China for about 100 years after her death. I believe that the assassins secreted the artifact out of China via the Manila Galleons, bound for Acapulco. It will probably be found in the West Indies somewhere. That will be a difficult part of the world for us to infiltrate, as it has been firmly under the control of the assassins since the murder of Grandmaster Torres. Perhaps if we were to provoke the rivalry between the many European empires, we could search for it under the cover of war. May the Father of Understanding guide you, John Harrison, Manila. Next up, we have the Omani Arabs, and that's the scientists, so hold on. Okay, so the Omani Arabs, 1743, Master Harrison. With Portugal choosing to trade with India and the Far East, we are increasingly at the mercy of the Omani Arabs. Soon will we be forced to retreat south. While I agree with you and your Grand Master that there may be untold numbers of precursor relics waiting for us in the heart of Africa, you will not gain access to them through here. If you and your right are unable to help us, then kindly leave us to our business. May the Father of Understanding guide you, Lorenzo di Noronha, Mozambique? I don't know. It's one of those things. Anyways, and that's the final one. Right there. At least I think it is. And after all that, there's only one thing left. A message. This one is titled, "The Danger is Over." Internal diagnostics read all systems normal. We have registered that you have performed above and beyond your mandate to facilitate the repairs. This has been noted on your permanent file. Work life should resume within a few business days, and you will regain access to your messages. Thank you for your hard work and cooperation. And that is it for Assassin's Creed Rogue, everybody. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you did watch, and if you made it this far, yeah, again, thanks if you did. But anyways, go ahead and click the like button if you liked it. Click the dislike if you didn't like it. But please do tell me why you didn't like it. And tell me what you enjoyed, if you did enjoy. And what else? I don't know. Click that subscribe button, you know? It's free. You know, everybody... I mean, YouTube's been around for a while, so if you don't know that, there it is. Yeah, you know, do all the things that YouTube wants you to do, and, you know, have a great day, night, whatever that might be for you. I do appreciate you. Please do comment. Comment. I like to respond to the comments, or maybe even talk about, you know, stuff on the game, or whatever's on your mind, with, you know, whatever that might be. I would appreciate some comments. But yeah, that is it for Assassin's Creed Rogue. I think after this, I'm gonna play some Nintendo games. And when I say Nintendo games, I mean like 64 Nintendo games. I'm talking about Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. I'm talking about Donkey Kong. I'm talking about maybe Mario. Maybe one of those. Maybe all of them. We'll see. You'll see if you're, you know, watching. Anyways, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.